You're watching KX News, putting North Dakota first.
Winter is right around the corner, so that naturally means we all want to know what Mother Nature has in store for North Dakota. Meteorologist Amber Wheeler has our winter outlook in this week's Weather Wise.
Nicholas, it's the burning question on all of our minds. What will this winter look like for us this year? We have signals from the atmosphere that can give us an idea, and the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, well, they've released their findings. For only a third time in modern history, we are headed into a triple dip La Nina year, meaning this is our third winter in a row in a La Nina pattern. Now, this is a typical La Nina winter where we're usually colder than normal with precipitation going either way. Now, this is the official outlook. We are favored to see, on average, below normal temperatures between the months of December and February rather. Now, this doesn't mean that we can't have any warm spells, just that in the long run, the trends are for us to be cooler than normal. And while La Nina doesn't typically have a signal for precipitation, this year we're favored to have higher than normal precipitation in the west. And I know what you're thinking. If we're heading into a third La Nina winter, why weren't the last two similar? That's because no two La Nina winters are the same. These are all maps of the United States and how much colder and warmer we were during our past La Nina years. And you can see that none of them are identical, but there are similarities. I spoke with meteorologists at the National Weather Service about those common traits that many La Nina winters have for us here in North Dakota.
Even though every La Nina winter really has its own trademark and they're all a little different, one signal that we do see is that an overall mild start to the winter is very consistent across La Ninas. And the last two winters, even though the winters ended differently, they began very similarly, and we had very mild weather really into December, and then we saw a shift.
So that means that if we head into December mild and warm, don't let that be a predictor of how the rest of the winter will go. But something else that we have to factor in are the unknowns in the coming months. Other circulations around the world can have an impact on us here in North Dakota, especially as La Nina weakens as it's expected to in the second half of winter.
Exactly. As that La Nina really weakens, those other influences, which are usually shorter term drivers of the weather on time scales of 1 to 2 months rather than 6 to 12 months like we see with La Nina, they have a better opportunity to really control the weather pattern.
So the takeaway here is that we have signals for colder than normal temperatures and maybe slightly above snowfall. But stay tuned because there is still a lot to monitor around the globe, as you can see. And Nicholas, if you're wondering, normal snowfall for us is roughly around 50 inches.
Oh boy, 50 inches.
That's normal for us.
Oh, goody. Amber, thanks very much. Stay tuned. Still to come, an exciting state tournament is set to showcase our bright